current affairs parts that will be more creative to see the current affairs because it's always creative while reading current affairs. See, this is some topics. First topic is High Court and Supreme Court judges, 6 lakh Indian renowned citizenship, assisted reproductive technology, Pragyata guideline, Unlawful Activity Prevention Act, Private Member Bill, Culture Mapping, Statutory Bill, National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education Research Bill. What is the meaning of Institute of National Importance? Citizenship Act, Sampan Project, Model Tennessee Act, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, Section 124A, Misuse, National Helpline Against Atrocities, Lokpal Online Portal, Bal Swaraj, प्रधानमंत्री जल विकास कार्यक्रम, 6th Schedule, 1 year quota law, JCP on the Personal Data Protection Bill, Election Law, Standing Committee adjournment signed by Right to be Forgotten, Karnataka Right to be Freedom Bill, Year to Review Ministry of Women and Child Development, Atal Ranking Institute, Innovation Achievement, Shakti Criminal Law, Maharashtra, Year and Review Department of Justice, Year of Review Ministry of Social Justice, GDP growth 8.4%, National Edible Oil Mission, Oil Palm, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, Global Fuel Economy Initiative, GAFI, Employment of Rural Youth, Dam Safety Bill, Global Hunger Index, Women Farmer in the Country, Urban Cooperative Bank, World Largest Green Hydrogen Microgrid Project, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, CCI fines Amazon for 200 crore, International Development Association Sustainable Urban Development Service Delivery, Fugitive Economic Offender, Vandan Chronicle, Anti-Dumping Flax Fuel Vehicle, E-Shram Portal, Electricity Capacity from Non-Fossil Fuel, Hornbill Festival Center, Air Quality Commission Project Rehab. Government has set a target to raise the share of natural gas in energy. Right to climate justice, stubble biofuel, India Cooperative Chair, Global Methane Initiative, United Nations grants observer status to International Solar Alliance, Kaju Valley notified as bird sanctuary, Baksa Tiger Reserve, biological diversity, egg rainwater harvesting, albino Indian flap-shell turtle, Biligiri Rangaswamy Temple, Olive Ridley, Ministry of Environment, Pangolin, Cyclone Jawad, Loktak Inland Waterways Project, more cyclone in Arabian Sea, Super Typhoon Rai, Samundrayan Project, Kala Namak Rice, Chillai Kallan, National Mission on Edible Oil, Paika Rebellion on Odisha, Mahaparinirvana Divas, D. Rajendra Prasad, Chenda Mangalam Handloom, Jyotirlingam Temple in Maharashtra, Durga Puja, the Chalcolithic culture of Central India, Operation Vijay, 150 birth anniversary of Sri Aurobindo, Sahitya Akademi, delay in Army offloading model, India ITU joint cyber drill, Joe Code D seen S-400 missile system, as gene dropout, rice fortification, new food processing policy, WHO Omicron successful test launch, anti-tank Sant missile, successful launch supersonic missile, assisted torpedo system, Armed Forces Special Power Act, Omicron slow to infect the lungs, Hong Kong study, Covovax Baby Friendly Hospital Initiative, Mormugaon, India Navy Indigenous Steel Destroyer, Missile Pralay, Asigma Siddha System of Medicine, Magnetkar, Pelovid, World's Oldest Family Tree created using DNA, State Health Index, Ministry of Science, Ministry of Earth, G20, Troika, G7, Diplomatic Boycott of Beijing, Central Asian Leader, Panex 21, UNSC adopted a resolution, Afghan assistance mission Sagar, counter-terrorism committee, India Australia, World AIDS Day, Summit for Democracy, launch of Atmanirbhar Hastashilpkar scheme, Sri Rajagopalachari, Swarnim Vijay Parv, new gas stove, domestic PNG, Finn Weaver birth, Sri Ramana Kali Mandir, possible largest power generation site Tamil Nadu, Vajatu Kapila Akalam program for intellectual property legacy awareness campaign Nai Manjil, digital transaction Desmond Tutu, Iran new space launch. For means there are cooperative sector, AFSPA, citizenship debate, John Rawls two principle of justice, sex ratio, legal age of marriage, re-imaging self group, and India Digital Mission, impartiality in Election Commission, linking voter roll in Aadhaar, dispute over Balagavi, global wealth tax, multimillionaire census with a mixed mode approach, multidimensional poverty, connected lending, challenges of achieving 9.5 growth rate, biofuel industry in India, impact of PepsiCo verdict, multi-state cooperatives, suspension of future trading in agri-product, year-end review of Ministry of Commerce Industry, Kasturi Rangan Committee, push to zero budget natural farming, India reject UNSC reforms, dam safety bill and Tamil Nadu objections, hypersonic weapon arm race, semiconductor industry, James Webb Space Telescope, Iran and US deadlock, then India Russia military alliance, Golden Jubilee, Bangladesh Liberation Operation Searchlight, World Inequality Report, Europe Global Gateway, Russia Ukraine tension, RCEP for dairy sector. So this is all about prelims and mains. Now we are going to discuss about some questions. High Court and Supreme Court judge salary and condition of services. Government has introduced a bill that proposes to amend the High Court Judge Salary and Condition of Service Act and the Supreme Court Judge. According to the bill, in 2009, the two laws were amended to provide that every retired judge of after his death, the family, as the case may be, will be entitled to an additional quantum of pension or family pension. Accordingly, the additional quantum of pension to retired judge of the High Court and the Supreme Court is being sanctioned on completing the age of 80 or 85. The bill seeks to bring clarity from where Supreme Court and High Court judge are entitled to an additional quantum of pension. The additional quantum of pension as to a retired judge was earlier calculated from the first day of month in which he completed 80 to 95 years. However, Guwahati High Court, Madhya Pradesh, reiterated that calculation of pension must start from first day of entering the age. To clarify the matter and to align with provisions of law to High Court judgment, the government has both in this amendment bill. So this bill was the High Court, Supreme Court salary and condition of the service bill. So here, like after 90 and 80, 85, 90 and 95, he is sanctioned to be completing the age of 80. He will get the quantum of pension to retired judge. Like they will give the quantum of pension, and the bill seeks to bring clarity from where Supreme Court and High Court judge are entitled to an additional quantum of pension also. Okay, so this was okay. Now next, 6 lakh Indian renowned citizenship. See, from 2017 it was 1 lakh, 2018 also 1 lakh, 2019 also 1 lakh, 2020 also near to 1 lakh, 2021 also like 1 lakh. So Ministry of Home Affairs like always give the report in 5 years. So the reason for large number of Indians surrendering their citizenship was not stated in Ministry of Home Affairs, but declaration of renunciation of citizenship, which for the first time included a column on circumstances. So Ministry of Home Affairs had simplified the process and made upload documents online, and upper limit 60 day was fixed. Then Global Wealth Migration Review report was there, and here like it came to high net worth individual leaving the country, China. Okay, now government added foreigners applied for Indian citizenship also, and 4177 person were granted Indian citizenship. So Indian national were living in foreign countries, and the ministry said the person covered under Citizenship Amendment Act after rules were notified. Now next, assistive reproductive technology bill. So this technology is minimum standard and code of conduct for fertility clinics, eggs and sperms. Safe and ethical practice of assistive reproductive technology service, including the eggs or sperms donation, in vitro, intrauterine insemination and gestational surrogacy. So the bill also aims to introduce protection for egg donor, gestation surrogate and children conceived through ART service. Clinics offering sex selection, abandoning exploitation children born ART, selling, buying, importing human embryo, exploiting the couple or donor concerning in a form, proposed jail term for violation range. Okay, so this is the assistive reproductive technology where the minimum standards and the ethical and safe practice of assistive reproductive technology service provided us some information. Now, Pragyata guidelines, keeping a view the availability of digital infrastructure. So this is all state government as well as school directly under central government as advice. The guideline brief on various modes of digital education, including online and availability of internet, particularly online mode. Then offline mode, they utilize television and radio. Okay, this was Union Minister of Education Sri Dharmendra Pradhan. Alright. Unlawful Activity Prevention Act. Putting a person accused under the Unlawful Activity Act behind bars for unduly long time with no progress in the trial or appeal process is a violation of his or her fundamental right. While deprivation of personal liberty for some period may not be avoidable, the period of deprivation pending trial cannot be unduly long. At the same time, timely delivery of justice is part of human right. Speedy justice is key to public confidence in the administration of justice. Once it is known that timely trial is not possible and the accused has already suffered a significant period of incarceration, the obliged to enlarge and underline on bail. The court noted that case investigated by National Investigation Agency should be tried on a day-to-day basis priority. So what is the case? There is a case like deprivation of personal liberty for some period may not be avoidable, but timely delivery of justice is part of human right and public confidence and administrative justice. So obliged to enlarge and under trial on bail. So there should be a bail and timely trial is not possible, then incarceration period will be there and there should be a bail for them and National Investigation Agency will be there. Okay, so this is the Unlawful Creation Act. Now, private member bill. So, private member bill was moved in Lok Sabha after a gap of nearly 2 years. An establishment of permanent branches of High Court at State Capital Bill. A many as 153 private member bill were introduced in Lok Sabha, including one that sought compulsory teaching of Bhagavad Gita in educational institutions. So, any member of parliament who is not a minister is referred to be a private member bill. The purpose of private member bill is draw the government attention to what individual MPs see as issue gap in the existing legal framework. It is drafting the responsibility of the member. It introduces a house 1 month notice, and the government bill can be introduced and discussed on any day, but private member bill only on the Friday. First in the 1 month, second in on the Friday. Responsibility is concerned the drafting the bill by member concerned, and the member who is not a minister, who will be not a minister, refer to the private member bill, and its rejection by the house has no implication on the parliamentary confidence. Okay, so if it is rejected, then parliamentary confidence will no implication. Upon conclusion of the discussion, the member piloting the bill can either withdraw it on the request of ministry concerned or may choose to press ahead. And the last time private member bill was passed 1970, Supreme Court Enlargement Criminal Appellate Jurisdiction Bill. Now, culture mapping of 80 village. So it is done by Ministry of Culture, and from Sempur, Kashmir to Kanjirapalli, Kashmir to Kerala connection to the freedom movement as well as those with their own art practice selected for the project being conducted by the Indira Gandhi National Center for the Art, a national register and interactive database of artists and art of e-commerce platform. So the work under this mission involved coordinating the data collection, ground and field survey conducted on basis of detailed format and questionnaire mobile application, interactive web portal and over-the-top platform to showcase anthropogenic documentary cultural events. From Ladakh, the pilot project included Koglamsar and Wangla village, 14th century mistake Laldel Laleshwari Memorial of Bhagat Singh Chipko movement, migrant Katputli artist Etapuram and Subramanyam Bharathi and Tiruchi Gaddi village of women potter. So this was the 80 villages where like they are going to be a map like Chipko movement, then migrant Katputli and Etapuram, birthplace of Subramanyam Bharati, village of woman potterer. So this is the culture mapping. Now statutory bail. The National Investigation Agency has approached the Supreme Court against a Bombay High Court order granting bail to advocate and activist Sudha Bhardwaj. So Sudha Bhardwaj, an advocate, was granted the bail. It is bail order. The court has asked the court to decide the condition for her release. While she was given default bail, 8 others were denied the benefit in the same case. The case highlights the nouns involved in court determining the circumstances of statutory bail, and though it is generally considered an indefeasible right. Okay. So the what is the statutory bail? Default bail, also known as statutory bail, is a right to bail that accrue when the police fail to complete investigation within a specified period. So this is enshrined in section 167 of Code of Criminal Procedure, where it is not possible for the police to complete an investigation. The police produce a suspect in court and seek order for either police or judicial custody. This section concerns the total period up to which a person may be remanded in custody. For most offences, the police may have 60 days to complete the investigation, then file a final report before the court, and where the offence attract death sentence of life imprisonment or a jail term of not less than 10 years, period available 19 days. In other words, a magistrate cannot authorize person judicial remand beyond the 60 to 90 limits. At the end of period, if an investigation is not complete, the court shall release the person if he is prepared to and does furnish bail. So it is a statutory bail in case of like Sudha Bhardwaj, an advocate it given to the like Bombay High Court was pointed out this, and National Investigation Agency also. In this bail order, the court has asked a National Investigation Agency to decide the condition for her release, and while she was given default bail, so were denied the benefit in the same case, and generally considered an indefeasible right. It's a indefeasible, like you can't defeasible this right because it's a human right, kind of indefeasible right. So default bail, also known as statutory bail, is right to bail that accrue when a police fail to complete investigation within a specified period in respect of person judicial custody. This is enshrined in sections 167 Code of Criminal Procedure, and not possible for the police to complete an investigation 24 hours. So this section concerns the total period up to which a person may be remanded in custody. For most offences, the police have 60-day complete investigation, then file a final report, and where the offence attract death sentence or life imprisonment or jail term of not less than 10 years. So this will be provided if there is not a life imprisonment, a death sentence, and jail term not less than 10. So in other words, a magistrate cannot authorize a person judicially remand beyond the 60 to 90 limits. Like there are day limits, like magistrate if taking you remand, but investigation is not complete, the court shall release the person if he is prepared to and does furnish bail. So this was a statutory bill. It's a indefeasible right and Advocate Sudha Bhardwaj, in that case it was given, and National Investigation Agency like Bombay High Court granted the bail. So default bail also known as statutory bail, and in this type of bail there is a section 167 of Code of Criminal Procedure which provides us this bail, and 24 hours is given to complete investigation, then suspect is court and seek order for either police or judicial custody. So what is the important feature? First, there is a day limit. Second, there is if you are convicted for the death sentence or life imprisonment or 10-year jail, then you will never provide it. And rest, okay. Now, National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research Amendment Bill. The bill seeks to amend the original Act 1998 to declare 6 additional National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research. So these institutes are located in Ahmedabad, Hajipur and Hyderabad, Kolkata, Guwahati and Raebareli. The bill also provides for a council to coordinate the activities among the institute to ensure development of pharmaceutical education. The NIPER are for strengthening, enhancing the research. Central government grant the status of Institute of National Importance. Then such institutes serve as a pivotal player in developing highly skilled personnel. Such institute get special funding and recognition from Government of India. It is observed that generally such outside university grant commission ambit and enjoy certain advantage like functional autonomy, increased funding, better quality of education, faster decision making, minimum interference. So this is the National Institute of Pharmaceutical and Education Bill. Next is Citizenship Amendment Bill. So Citizenship Amendment Bill are passed Parliament, the Union Home Ministry and Legislature cannot be implemented without notifying the rules. Citizenship Act was passed by Parliament of India. It amended the Citizenship Act providing a pathway to Indian citizenship for persecuted religious minority Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan, Hindu, Sikh and Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, Christian and arrived in India before the end of December. The law does not grant such eligibility to Muslim from Muslim majority countries. The act was the first time religion had been overtly used as criteria for the citizenship and attracted global criticism also. So Ministry Home Affairs, you should have pointed out this, and passed by Parliament, and this is not providing to the Muslims peoples from the Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan. Rest Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jainis, Parsi, Christian, they will get the citizenship, right? So this is the controversy. Now Sampann project. So Sampann project is over 1 lakh people getting pension directly their bank account. So system for accounting and management of pension is a ambitious project of Government of India. Controller General of Communication and seamless online pension, direct credit pension, faster settlement of pension cases, instrumental settling close to 7600 BSNL voluntary retirement scheme of and flexible design like timely settlement, provision of e-pension, login for each pensioner, enable access to payment history, online submission of grievance. Okay, Model Tenancy Act. Model Tenancy Act to promote rental housing by balancing and protecting the right and interest of both tenants and landlords. So it is like 1 crore houses were lying vacant in urban area. The existing rent control law are restricting the growth of rental housing and discourage owner from renting. So large scale information in sector, one of the potential measure to unlock the vacant houses, bringing transparency and accountability and renting of premises and to balance the interest of both the property owner and tenants. So there is lack of uniformity and housing poverty is also there. So there is a task force for rental housing and affordable rental housing address the issue of underprivileged and inclusive growth also. It is even more direct manner that affordable ownership housing Model Tenancy Act help bring investment, and after enforcement of this act no person can let or take on rental premises, and the new act will applicable. Uh, the act seek to cover urban as well as rural area. and dedicated institution will be there for the Model Tenancy Act. So the grievance redressal mechanism comprising the rental housing, rental courts, and rental tribunal to provide fast track resolution. Time bound resolution will be there in the 60 days. Disposal of complaints. No monetary ceiling on rents, and under archaic rent control, such ceiling have left landlord stuck with outdated rent amount. Digital platform will be there for languages and submitting tenancy agreement and other document. Proper documentation, digital platform. Proper documentation will be there. Verbal agreement will be there, like written agreement for all new tenancy. Clarity on subletting, like subletting of premises can only be done with the prior consent of the landlord and no structural change. So guidelines on security deposits. Security will be deposited for the residential property, and provision for eviction. The rent court can allow repossession by the landlord. Tenant misuse and premises includes public nuisance damage. So misuse of premises, immoral or illegal purposes will be reduced by rental courts. And formalization the shadow market for rental housing, protect interests of both tenants and owner. Faster resolution, unlock vacant properties, increase rental yield, ease remove the exploitative practice, reduce the procedural barrier, increase transparency, attract private investment. And land and colonization are state subject. Okay. Next is Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. See, the Parliamentary Committee on Empowerment of Women have noted it report that the government spent 80% of fund under the Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao scheme. It has recommended that it must now revisit the strategy and invest in measurable outcome in health and education of the girl. So the scheme was launched by the Indian Prime Minister to address the sex selective abortion declining child sex ratio, which was 918 out of 1000. The program is being implemented 405 districts. 60% is intersectoral consultation, capacity building, 50% for innovation and awareness, 6% for monitoring and evaluation, 10% for sectoral intervention of health, 10% for sectoral intervention for education, 8% for flexi funds. So this is all about 80% of fund under the Beti Bachao scheme on media campaign. So there was a media campaigning of the fund. Now, although that is not that much important, but you should have keep in mind. Next is section 124A, misuse. Recently, Union Law Ministry replied in Parliament that there is no proposal to scrap sedition charge from Indian Penal Code. So N.V. Ramana had remarked about the chilling effect of the colonial law, which suppressed the freedom of ordinary people. It defines sedition as an offence committed when any person by words, either spoken or written or sign, or by visible representation or otherwise attempt to bring into hatred or contempt or excite or attempt to excite disaffection towards the government. Disaffection includes disloyalty or feelings of enmity. However, comment without exciting of attempting to excite hatred, contempt, disaffection will not constitute an offence. So sedition law were enacted 17th century, and only good opinion of the government should survive. The law was originally drafted 1837 by Thomas Macaulay. Section 124A was inserted 1870 by amendment introduced Sir James Stephens. It was one of the many draconian law and voice of dissent at the time. Now, National Helpline Against Atrocities. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment scheduled the National Helpline Against Atrocities, aimed to ensure proper implementation of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe 1989, which was enacted with the view to inter alia preventing atrocity on member of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe. And this will be available round the clock on toll-free number across the country. It can be accessed by making a voice either from a mobile or landline number, and the service will be available in Hindi, English, regional language. And the objective of helpline is to build inform awareness about provision law and aim to ending the discrimination. The system will be provided all registered complaints. Now next question.